Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Putco push-up tie-down kits for your front and rear bed stake pockets. So really like how these guys work. If you're looking for a nice, clean, classy way of giving some tie downs to your vehicle, this can be a pretty decent way to do it. Now I will say they're not very high on our working load limit capacity, only about 500 pounds per post, which really isn't too much. However, I think a majority of the time we're just really securing our cargo and kind of giving it a tether point for it to actually utilize. So probably not going to be great for a lot of accessories outside your vehicle or anything like that and tying things off. However, going to be excellent to give us a position to start securing and organizing everything in the bed of our truck. Now obviously the push up and push down mechanism here is kind of the bread and butter of it. Really like how it gets nice and low profile. You almost don't see it. The chrome looks really good. That's all great. And I really do like how easy it is just to push that up. And now I have a hook that can hook almost anything onto. However, saying that, hook everything onto it, we do have a little bit of a limiting hole here. And why I say that, it's not very large, and we do have a lot of width to kind of account for. So I'm gonna give you guys just a little dimension check here on there in just a second. Wanted to give you guys a closer look at it though. So for our main housing here, I'm just gonna use that one, give myself a look. That looks like it's 3/16 of an inch on thickness, and on that width that it has, that is gonna be almost 1 inch and 3/4 for our width here. So a lot to kind of have to over account for. Let's see if we can grab some hooks, some clevises, see how much issue we have with all those fitting. So I just got a couple different hooks in here now. Some of these might be overkill, especially with only 500 pound working load limit. So never mind our straps. I just want to give everybody an idea at home if their hooks at home are going to be working for them. As you can see, we have a big old toe strap here. Actually able to fit in here quite well. Let's go ahead and grab a couple others, see how it's doing. So we have our ratchet strap hook in here. Now this guy is a little bit bigger. I like seeing the holder that's actually keeping it in place here. I think this works really well, and this is kind of the hook that I would probably try to utilize. That way it's nice and secure, because something like a bungee cable hook or just regular hook definitely can get in here, right? But we're gonna need to keep that constant pressure on there because there's really nothing else holding it in, as you can see. But again, does a great job of just hooking it. I could tighten this. As you can see, it's not going nowhere. I do like that. All in all, I mean, these tie down anchors are nice. However, that working load limit being so low is kind of a negative in my mind. I think a lot of us are just gonna be utilizing these for like tension, maybe keeping like a cargo net in here, strapping a load down and just run it in between. Again, you just really don't have a lot of weight capacity there. So we are a little limited in our applications that we can do with these guys. However, love that I can quickly get them out of the way. They look really good. I think they're just gonna be a great option for somebody that doesn't constantly or need or want tie downs, but just every now and then for something like long vacations, or like I said, just securing loads here and there. Probably not gonna be great for your heavy duty applications, but can be great in a pinch. Well, the install for these guys really isn't too bad. There's a few little tricky elements, so be sure to follow along. Let's go ahead and see how we get them on our truck. To begin our installation, what we wanna do is just actually start assembling this. We're gonna have 2 bolts that we need to run through the top here. We're gonna have our little plastic spacer, or rubber spacer I should say. That's gonna give us a great seal there. And now we just need to pick our expanders that we're actually putting in place. Now this can be a little dependent on what vehicle we actually are putting it on. And that's when we actually need to take a look here inside our stake pockets. Now for today, I am putting this on a Ford F-250. So I'm gonna be utilizing a larger spacer and a smaller one, or a skinnier one. Why that is, I tried this already with the 2 guys. They just were a little bit too big, wasn't able to get it in there, and then securing it down wasn't fitting how I wanted to. So it might just take a little trial and error at home. However, we have a lot of different spacers in the kit that comes with it. So almost any vehicle out there is gonna have an A-OK time. Couple other things to get out of the way for installation here as well. For your Fords, Toyotas, and all the other ones listed here at etrailer.com, the rear ones can be utilized with these guys right here. However, if you are on something like a Chevy or GMC, there's actually a separate Putco part here that actually allows you to tie into your rear cab positions. That can be an excellent option if you do have that vehicle. I highly suggest actually giving you a look at that. But let's take a look here of getting this in. What I like to do, we have an open edge. We have a hard wall here that's preventing us from actually accessing there. I like to put my fat side towards over here. And what I do as well, bring up your other bolt. That can make it a little easier to get that one spacer underneath the ledge. Bring your other one down. and now start setting it in. And all we really have to do, of course, have those bottom washers on there. I might have forgotten to completely label them as we were sitting them on there, but follow those instructions. Now we just need to grab our included wrench, tighten these up, and they're going to be securing it. The only thing we're really looking for here, making sure that our gasket's going to be covering the entirety of that hole. That way we don't have any water intrusion, making that a nice clean fit for ourselves. So with our wrench in hand, we just need to begin tightening these up. And of course, with the washer being on the other side of our expanders, as we're drawing this in, it's going to be pushing that rubber out, filling in our gaps and giving us a secured point of contact so that we're nice and mounted in here. And I really like that I don't have to drill anything with these guys. All I have to do, run these up. Of course, the first couple ones, probably gonna be beneficial just to run it because you got a lot of bolt length in there. But as you get closer, swapping it down, really making sure we're expanding those on the inside. Well, as you guys saw in that install, there definitely are a few tricks and tips to keep in mind to making this a little easier to get in place. But once it's all said and done, they look really good. They sit in line nice. I love that it's low profile, that chrome finish, making sure that it looks pretty for the years to come as well. And then of course, that stainless steel construction underneath is the big selling point for me. We're gonna be having these in the bed of our truck for a long time, and we wanna make sure that they are looking good for the seasons to come, which is great. Now we do have a lot of tie down kits available here at etrailer.com. Let's make sure we are just doing a little perusing. That way we're getting the right item for us at home. But I do like how these guys work. They're nice and clean, low profile and simple. What more could you ask for, right? Well, anyways, I think that about does it for our look here today at the Putco push-in tie-down kits for your front and rear pocket stakes in the bed of your truck here at etrailer.com. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.